Hello.
Hi, welcome to Movers One.
Episode 5, the May edition. 5. Exactly.
Yeah, and yeah, it's Movers One. It's the podcast. If you've not seen it before, what is Movers One about?
Well, it's about us just playing some records, but it's not a DJ mix. We're going to have a talk about them, and it's like sharing some of our collection with each other and the sort of the connection that we have with the records that we have in our collections. And yeah, Movers One as an ethos is about just, you know, everyone vibing together to one beat. So it's about that.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah,
that wasn't very concise. I was just waffling a bit, but you get the picture.
Get the picture, yeah. I mean, there's deeper explanations to this in previous episodes. So
definitely, yeah.
You'll have to go back to check those out, but we don't want to keep saying the same thing over and over again. So should we crack on with some
we'll
tunes?
say it in a more convoluted and confusing and like disjointed way each time.
Yeah. Anyway, we're here to move as one with some music with you guys once again here.
That's it.
Have you got something ready?
I have got something, yeah. This came in the post for me. Oh, that's not going to focus.
Fresh delivery.
Yeah. Played it for the first time yesterday. It's Ginger Baker Drum Choir, Atunde, brackets, We Are Here. And I heard it on the radio not long ago, and I'd never heard it before, but I loved it. It was right up my street. It kind of reminds me of like the sort of stuff that might have been played in the early days of The Loft. I think it's from the early 70s. I might be wrong.
I mean, the name alone, Ginger Baker, I'm assuming it's some kind of drum track because you're into your drums.
Yes, exactly.
Ginger Baker being a legendary drummer.
Yeah, he's from Lewisham, apparently. I didn't realise he's from the UK, yeah.
Lewisham?
Yeah.
Make it sound like it's somewhere, some far away foreign place. Not
No.
Lewisham.
Yeah,
Lewisham.
no, just down the road.
Lewisham.
But no, I thought, like, when I heard it on the radio, I think the vocalist, like the vocals, it's got sort of like African vocal on there, and then they switch to singing in English, and it kind of sounds like they might be like African American. But he's from Lewisham. I don't know if he made the tune in America, or I don't know. Maybe that's just what I heard, and maybe they're
transatlantic.
Yeah. I mean, he's
Vibes.
like you say, he's a legendary drummer. I like a drum track, and it's exactly what it is. So
Let's get it on.
yeah. Let's take that down as well. Here we go.
Atunde,
Yeah, that was the Ginger Baker Drum Choir Atunde. That was part one. There's a part two on the B side. But yeah, that's right up my street. A bit of a drum track. You know, I like a drum track.
You do?
And I like the "We Are Here, Everything Is Alright." The lyrics. It's kind of like, you know, that's the Movers One Way. It's like being in a crowd dancing together reminds you of the unity of humanity. That's what it does for me anyway. And like sort of you realise that we're all just humans trying to get by and do our own thing. And yeah, it's nice. It's like I imagine hearing that in a sort of like, you know, a festival or like a dance environment, and feeling very connected to the crowd around and being like, yeah, this is a good feeling.
Yeah,
So,
it's nice. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ginger Baker Drum Choir. I didn't know that he did a drum choir.
Yeah, it was also that I checked. It was 1971. So that is exactly like the sort of era that, like, you know, the Loft and like similar parties popped up. These sort of dance parties where they just play good tunes.
Hypnotic.
Yeah,
drum
exactly.
beats.
Kind of like psychedelic drum beats like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get you into a bit of a spiritual vibe.
Sweet.
Yeah. So that was that. I was feeling it. What have you got?
I have got something from a little slice of Kiwiana. It's a Lord Echo tune, but
Nice.
it's off the new Rarities compilation. Lord Echo being a quite prolific producer. This tune is an alternative version of a tune that he's made. I'll whack it on and then we'll have a little chat about it afterwards.
Have a chin wag. Yeah.
So it is Whoa, There's No Limit, featuring Mario TK, and it's the alternate version.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, Lord Echo. Well, there's no limit, and there's the alternative version. Yeah, it's out on Soundway Records. Fantastic label.
I was gonna say, yeah, I thought it was a Soundway one. Is a lot of Lord Echo stuff is on Soundway, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So I think how many albums he's done? I think it's 4. And that tune was off his 3rd album, Harmonies. Well, the original version was, but that's got a slightly different feel to it because it's more of like a dub of the original, and like the beat and the original one's like more 4/4. It's got a little bit more. That felt a little bit more kind of dubby.
Yeah. I liked it though. I like the dub feel to it, and I like the sort of sparse lyrics. And what was it we were saying again? Sky's the limit.
Well, there's no limit.
Right. Yeah.
Sky's the limit.
Yeah. It's again another like nice message in the lyrics, uplifting feel to it.
Yeah, and there's he's done some amazing tunes, specifically with Mara TK, the vocalist. He's got such a lovely kind of melodious voice.
Yeah, I was trying to think who the vocalist reminded me of. I couldn't quite, put my finger on it, but he's got a beautiful voice. Beautiful voice.
Yeah. So that's on a compilation called Rarities, and like the story behind this compilation is that Lord Echo went on tour in Japan. If I remember rightly, I think he's been there 8 times. Probably more than anywhere else. He doesn't really play, as far as I'm aware, that many places outside of New Zealand.
Right.
And even in New Zealand, I don't think he plays that much. But yeah, so he went on tour there quite a bit, and he produced sort of these 7-inch kind of dub records that he would sell specifically to Japanese fans. And this record is an amalgamation of all of those singles that he released, and it's just come out. So yeah, it's quite exciting to get my hands on this one. Big up Alice from Soundway Records.
Yeah, we played with her recently, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
That was lovely to see her, because we haven't seen her for years. We booked her a few times in the past to play at London Disco Society parties, and it's been a long time since we've seen her. And it was really nice, wasn't it? Nice to have a little catch up. And here she's got some great tunes. You need to, if you don't know about Nausicaa from Soundway Records, check her out.
I actually saw her today as well. Oh yeah, I was down at the indie label market, and she was down there with Leo, the boxer.
Oh right.
Yeah.
I imagine she was like selling some records, right?
Yeah. Soundway. They were sharing still with Strut.
Nice.
Strut. Yeah.
Yeah. I love Soundway.
Incredible attention to detail in all of their output. I find even the covers, the sleeve notes, they seem to sort of go one step beyond.
Yeah, definitely.
In the design and aesthetic.
You're getting like the whole package when you get something from Soundway.
Yeah. So yeah, that was Rarities, and as the name suggests, there's not that many. So,
well, talking of rarities and not that many, and dub plates, this next record here is a dub plate that I got made myself. So,
oh, really?
Yeah. So this tune basically isn't released on vinyl, and I really wanted it on vinyl. So I decided to get it cut. Part of it was just the process of cutting a dub. I've never done that, and I wanted to see what it was like, and what the quality was like. So I got it cut from a WAV. I had like WAVs of the tune. Ooh, trying to get it out the sleeve with one hand while I hold the mic.
That's dangerous.
You didn't see that off camera, but I was just like
flapping around.
Yeah. But like, have a feel of that.
Yeah.
It's very thick, isn't it?
It's very thick, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's from 1-800 dub plate. I actually can't remember the name of it or the artist at all, but I will find that out while we listen to it. And some of you might know it because it's not even a particularly rare tune. It came out on Glitterbox, but I just really like it and wanted it on vinyl for those times when I'm playing records, and I knew it would fit in the sort of stuff I want to play on vinyl. So I got it cut to a dub plate. Let's have a listen. Oh, there's a 45 adapter in the middle. There we go.
Yeah.
Cheers. That was Brotherly Love Divine by Riverstar and Phoebe Edwards and Soul City Ensemble. No, Soul City Collective. Wait, let me just double check.
Riverstar, it's quite different for him.
Yeah. So I think it was like a Riverstar and Phoebe Edwards tune, and then there was Soul City Connection. I think they had another tune, and they sort of joined the tunes together.
Okay,
so
right.
it's called the extended bootleg edit. So I think it's like two tunes sort of mashed together. So I don't actually think it's I think it's the Soul City Connection sort of drum beat and like song with the Riverstar other stuff. Well, I don't know what's come from where, but that's what I get the idea of.
There's a lot of stuff happening in the background there of like various different tunes you can hear sneaking in.
Yeah, 100%. Like it really, really reminds me of "Love Is the Message" by
That's what I was thinking.
the
MFSB, yeah.
the Danny Krivit edit as well. It's really got that vibe, and obviously that's an incredible tune. That's sort of like part of the foundation of the disco sound, and so anything that sounds like that sounds good to me. Even if it's it doesn't sound like a rip-off. It just sounds like something similar that sounds really good. So I appreciate that.
That's a fun little tune.
Yeah, and also like the lyrics, "Natural High." I got a natural high. That's again like the feeling of just being on a dance floor with a load of people. You don't need to be intoxicated with anything. It can make you just feel incredible, and that's kind of the way I interpret it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a good vibe for that reason. She's just singing about having a natural high over a sick beat. So yeah, I'm into it.
Very good.
And there's only one copy of that record in the world. I've got it, so so I like that as well. But I do like sharing it. That's why I've played it to you.
You're gonna cut some more dubs there.
Yeah. On the B side, it's got the Soul City Collection, Brotherly Love, which is kind of just like the instrumental, which has got a bit of a vocal at the end, but it's different. But it's similar but different. But yeah, I thought I'd just get that.
Same but different.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
So what you got?
I've got a bit of Atmosphere for you next.
Yes.
Yeah, Atmosphere. The track is called Alternative 2.
Don't know it.
No, it's a new find for me. I've got a few of Atmosphere tunes, but this one has been a recent revelation, and I just really love it. So I'm going to put it on,
and then we'll have a chat.
Yeah, we'll have a chat.
Right, sweet. Lovely.
Yeah, incredible tune. One that I've obviously slept on, but
Yeah, I was gonna. Is that an Atmosphere album?
it's basically like it's called the Re-Entry EP, and it came out in '91, but none of these tracks came out in '91. So I think it's like an amalgamation of like some of their
like
tunes,
greatest hits type thing.
Yeah, and like obviously classically known for I think their biggest tune that they ever did, which got quite serious like chart success in the UK in the late 70s, was Dancing in Outer Space, which
That's
is
the one, yeah.
an amazing tune and widely respected. But this little number, I never heard it before, and when I picked up this record and I just listened to it all the way through, I was like, this one really got my ears, because it's just like, well, we were just saying, like, there's so much space. Well, Atmosphere are known for that. There's so much space in the arrangement, but yet there's so much going on at the same time.
Yeah. We were saying it's like the sounds, even like the frequencies that they've used in different sounds, they're like so far apart from each other, but they sort of complement each other in a really nice way. So there's the atmosphere is like beautifully crafted in that tune.
Yeah,
like, and I was enjoying clicking along to it. There's a click that goes like throughout, and it's a really satisfying recording of a click, and it's really nice to click along to. That's what I found. I like clicking along.
I think the balance of the sort of the strange percussions and the sort of like undertone of like that deep bass, actually a delicate overcarriage and a girthy undercarriage, you might say.
I really like the spacey synth that came in at the end as well, and then it went kind of
Doctor Who.
Yeah, and it went like really, it's just a nice journey of a tune.
So they were formed in late 70s, early 80s was when they were kind of most proactive.
And we were saying they're like a Brit funk band, aren't they?
Yeah, Brit funk band.
Yeah.
And one of them was they were like street soul dudes.
Yeah.
From what I understand, and when I was reading up about them last week, one of them was a dance skater as well, and I'm assuming that's roller skating, because it would have been about that time when that was happening. So
rollerblades have never been cool. Definitely wouldn't have been rollerblading in the 70s.
Yeah, Lester Batchelor Jr. and Raymond Johnson. So Raymond Johnson was the guy that was the skates. So.
Nice. I'll have to try and see if I can find any like clips of him or anything like that. So there might be some videos. There's some really nice like old videos of people doing a bit of dance skating on YouTube.
So West London boys from South Harrow, I believe.
There's still like a skate thing that goes on like once a month in Harrow in a big sports centre.
He was saying recently.
Yeah. You might even go. You might still be skating. Lots of people do. There's like multiple generations. Sometimes when I'm skating, I see people like a granddad and his daughter and her daughter. So like 3 generations just skating along together. It's lovely. So shall I?
Let's move on.
Yeah, got another 7-inch. You might be able to guess what the genre is from the image if you know who that is. Do you know? The song is called "Do You Know" by Magical and Kibir La Amlak, and Kibir La Amlak is the producer and Magical is the vocalist. And started life as a grime tune apparently. The vocalist Magical, it was like a lyric that he did over a grime beat by a sort of legendary grime producer called Louis B. And then they decided to do this version of it. We'll play it and we'll talk about it afterwards.
One of the world's best known figures and faces, and one that most of us know least about.
Do you know who Haile Selassie I is? Do you know what Haile Selassie I did? Do you know where Haile Selassie I lived? Did you hear what Haile Selassie I said? Did you see how Haile Selassie I dressed? Could you tell that Haile Selassie was blessed? Did they prove that Haile Selassie is dead? Now they don't know Haile Selassie is dread. Do you know who Haile Selassie I is? Do you know what Haile Selassie I did? Do you know where Haile Selassie I lived? Did you hear what Haile Selassie I said? Did you see how Haile Selassie I dressed? Could you tell that Haile Selassie was blessed? Did they prove that Haile Selassie is dead? Now they don't know Haile Selassie is dread. A real man, not a dream. The king of kings with a queen. First African on Time magazine. No one else in the world had seen what he's seen. Walked in his footsteps or been where he's been. He walked with the poor and watered the green. He fought on the field with the rest of the team. Got burnt by the gas that was dropped from the plane. Didn't have time to cry about pain. Just had to get up and move on again. Work in the sun and work in the rain. Just work for the people, never in vain. He stayed humble, never complained. Stayed faithful even when his youth got slain. From day one he ran a righteous campaign. The most regal no matter what the weak can't claim. Do you know who Haile Selassie guy is? Do you know what Haile Selassie guy did? Do you know where Haile Selassie guy lived? Did you hear what Haile Selassie guy said? Did you see how Haile Selassie guy dressed? Could you tell that Haile Selassie was blessed? Did they prove that Haile Selassie is dead? Now they don't know Haile. Man of the millennium, world's best dressed. First colour picture ever impressed. Fresh and clean, forever impressed. First emperor crowned next to his empress. The first Haile Selassie to sit down on the throne of Menelik. The first emperor in Africa to have a true constitution writ. Just imagine it for a minute, then sit for a minute, then think. Why didn't no one take nothing but him? H-I-M, that's the reason that I raised my pen. Peter told him, let me tell them again. I know he is the king of kings and the lord of lords and a saviour with a new name. Just like a thief in the night, he passed through and overcame. Do you know who Haile Selassie guy is? Do you know what Haile Selassie guy did? Do you know where Haile Selassie guy lived? Did you hear what Haile Selassie guy said? Did you see how Haile Selassie guy dressed? Could you tell that Haile Selassie was blessed? Did they prove that Haile Selassie is dead? Now they don't know Haile. Root of Ori, people of the book. Seed of Solomon, seed of Cush. Throne of David, key to the ark. Night Bingy warrior, beat to the heart. Nothing like Caesar, elect of Jah. Prince of peace, Lion of Judah. Shepherd of sheep, founder of the OAU, that's deep. Father of Africa is he. He was greeted by John F. Kennedy, and he said something that you should read. The brain needs food, so feed that need. Highly conquered anger and greed. Conquering like an indeed, both arms stretched out for the ones in need. If we follow his way, then we will succeed, so do it with speed. Do you know who Haile Selassie guy is? Do you know what Haile Selassie guy did? Do you know where Haile Selassie guy lived? Did you hear what Haile Selassie guy said? Did you see how Haile Selassie guy dressed? Could you tell that Haile Selassie was blessed? Did they prove that Haile Selassie is dead? Now they don't know Haile Selassie is dressed. Do you know who Haile Selassie guy is? Do you know what Haile Selassie guy did? Do you know where Haile Selassie guy lived? Did you hear what Haile Selassie guy said? Did you see how Haile Selassie guy dressed? Could you tell that Haile Selassie was blessed? Did they prove that Haile Selassie is dead? Now they don't know Haile Selassie is dressed.
Father figure of modern Africa, the legendary descendant of King Solomon
Majesty.
and the Queen of Sheba, His Imperial Majesty, Haile Selassie I, conquering lion of the tribe of Judah, elect of God, King of kings,
Thanksgiving.
Emperor of Ethiopia.
Up.
Yeah, that was Do You Know? Right, Magical.
I do
Kibir
know.
Amlak. Yeah, it's I quite like that it's a sort of educational tune. But I also like just the sort of the crossover of like the grime MC over a dub beat, and I think it works really well. And there's actually a really nice dub on the other side as well without the
Yeah, I'm
MC.
trying to think. I don't know where I've heard this before, but I've definitely heard it.
Yeah, we were saying it sounded like when I first heard it and decided to buy it, I was like, I feel like I've heard this somewhere else. So potentially there's like the story about it originally being a grime tune and then getting put over the dub beat and all of that. Like maybe we heard that somewhere. But it sort of it made me think about it because I was like, do I want to buy this because I'm not a Rasta? And I don't, I don't follow Rastafarianism. But then I was like, it made me question sort of my thoughts about like tunes that have any sort of religious elements in them. So like gospel tunes, I like to get down to some gospel sometimes, like dancey gospel, disco-y stuff. And I was thinking about it and I was like, as much as I don't believe in the sort of structured religion around these things, like when I go to a dub night, when we go to a dub night, we have a great time, right? We jump up and down to the music. A lot of it is to do with Rastafarianism and like praising Jah. And it's kind of like, for me, I've realized that my sort of like everyone that is religious, it's their own interpretation of their spirituality.
Yeah, I would agree. I would think, I think you don't have to be, there is a common thread in a lot of these sort of organised religions, but I think the unity of the dance floor, bringing it back to that in itself is kind of like, I think music and the rhythm transcends
Yeah.
It's a space for everyone, I believe. And I
Yeah,
think
no,
that's
no,
like-
I agree with you. But yeah, that's
So I wouldn't question why you should buy a
Yeah.
record if you're feeling a record.
no, I
and
know,
you-
but it made me think.
I think
was
because
like,
there's
why?
quite a strong message in it. Maybe
Yeah,
you might have.
But also, like, Haile Selassie is just a very important sort of African historical character, whether you believe he was a messiah or not. But no, it just got me questioning that, and I was sort of like, it made me think that what I find from music like that is, you know, whatever the genre of the music, if someone's sort of talking about their spiritual experience, I can relate to that regardless of what the religion is.
yeah, I agree.
Because I feel the sort of, you know, like my spirituality revolves around the togetherness of humans and sort of feeling that in a dance. I literally feel like, you know, going to a festival is
Well,
my
it's
version of going to church or something like that.
Communion and community is
Yeah,
something that
exactly.
is pretty much encouraged throughout all of those.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
all of those practices, all those rituals involve people coming together. So
exactly. And so for me, I realised I was
often
like,
there is singing, there is dancing.
Yeah.
There's rhythm. So
that's it for me. I realised that, you know, that's what I get from listening to sort of gospel music or dub that talks about Jah or any of that. It's sort of, I get that same respect and feeling of spirituality as much as I'm not part of those religions or I don't believe them or follow them.
Well, it's kind of like, actually, it's just triggered a thought process of something that Andrew Weatherall said about nightclubs.
Right.
And them being kind of like the equivalent to a sort of sacred space.
Yeah, exactly.
A place of ritual, because you know there's usually smoke, there's usually sort of some sort of lights, you know, whether it's by flame or by LEDs.
There's definitely like a lot of ritual around nightclubs and just like going to a dance with people, like and that's definitely like what I'm getting at. It's like, you know, it's a form of spiritual practice, like going raving.
And there's also someone that is conducting the ceremony.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, exactly. The DJ, exactly. Well, in Last Night a DJ Saved My Life, like the first paragraph of that talks about how like DJs are kind of like modern day shamans.
Yeah, I remember that.
And they're like preachers, sort of like guiding this group activity. And I totally relate to that, especially like the previous tune that I played about like Natural High and all of that. You know, if you go clubbing or you go to festivals and you're not doing it for the sort of debauchery and like the drugs and the alcohol and stuff like that, and you're doing it for the, you know, if you're conscious of what you're doing and you're doing it to be with people, then you actually tune into that and you feel the connection to other humans. And
I think
Move as one.
Move as one. Yeah, I mean, quite often people find it in reverse though, don't they? I mean, we get drawn to the music first and foremost. I think, you know, like myself speaking, from a young age, I've always been quite obsessed with rhythm and sound and obsessed over that. But then, you know, you get involved in clubbing and it kind of, the other side of it sort of takes over for a bit. I think it's actually only in recent years that we've sort of started to identify through our own personal growth and trials and tribulations that actually the music is the most important thing, not the rest of it. As fun as that has been throughout our lives.
100%. It's not something that I was particularly conscious of when I was younger. It was definitely part of it, but it wasn't something that I was able to comprehend or think about. I was just like, I love going raving and I don't know why. I was like, I just love a party, but it's that's what it is. So So
actually, talking of going raving, I've got a little I've got a little housey number coming up next, and this one is SE62, and the title is Good Days.
Nice. Let's have some good days.
Bumping, 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 bumping.
Something, 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 something.
Bumping, pumping.
Pumping, bumping, humping.
Something.
So
Don't know. Could you guess what the words were for that one? We
were having a laugh talking about it, weren't we?
Every time I listen to whatever the vocal was saying, it's saying something different.
Yeah, and it's so. Do you know what that made me think of? It's there's an interesting little thing. I can't remember where I saw it, but it's like about your perception of reality, and you know, like an optical illusion, it's an audio illusion. So it's like this sort of indistinguishable sound, and you can't make out what it's saying at all. And then someone says a sentence afterwards, and then you listen to the same indistinguishable sound that was before, and it like makes sense, and you can hear it, and you can hear what they're saying, because the way your perception works is kind of like filling in the blanks, and because you then have a sort of an inkling of what it's supposed to be, your brain fills in the blanks and goes, oh, that's what it is. And it's kind of that.
It's
like
manufacturing.
Yeah, your sort of perception receptors are manufacturing what that should say. So that's why you keep hearing bumping, pumping, thumping, jumping, like
bumping,
something.
Bumping,
because your brain is just
something.
each time going, oh, maybe it's that. Yeah, I've heard that word before. Yeah. So
yeah, that was that was SE62 track called Good Days, and yeah, I don't really know too much about the producer other than he's from Kyiv in the Ukraine, and I think he's a resident of Closer, or what was Closer, and it came out in 2018. So relatively modern, but it's got a real old sound to it.
Yeah,
Deep
I
house
I
groove.
liked it. It's just like it was definitely thumping and bumping.
Thumping, bumping, something.
Yeah. No, I really liked it. And I'd love to hear that really late on a dance floor and just be sort of spun out trying to work out
Whether she's bumping something or pumping something.
exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So no, yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah. So out on Hot House Records, SE62. Very nice. Very nice indeed.
Nice.
What have you got? You got your last tune? Is it
Yes, this is my last one. Again, it's one I don't know much about. I know that it is called Take It Off, and it's from an EP on a record label called Delicate Wash. And it's Delicate Wash 4 or 5? I can't remember. I'll check after I've played it.
Delicate Wash.
Delicate Wash, Take It Off. And it's funny because well, so earlier, me and Amber were driving along, and I was
Amber
feeding.
being-
She was driving.
Who's Amber?
My partner.
Yeah.
for the context of the listeners and the viewers, yeah, my partner Amber, we're driving along, she's driving, I was feeding her a wrap while she was driving, and then
A rap of what?
like a halloumi wrap.
Okay.
It was a halloumi wrap.
Yeah.
And, and she dribbled some like mayo-y stuff like down herself and down the
Did
seatboard.
you have to give her a delicate
seatbelt.
wash?
Well, this is what it just made me laugh. Like the basically it's like
Yeah.
take it off, delicate wash. Yeah, she had to take her t-shirt off to wash it. That was it. It's a funny story.
I'm not going to go there, but yeah, there's many. Let's play some music.
There we go. Take it off and put it in the wash. Yeah, I just like that tune. It's fun. It's it feels like a bit of like maybe like a carnival type tune, something that you could.
Got a bit of a Balearic feel to it as well.
Yeah.
Some sort of like floaty.
Yeah, and
vibes.
there's like some. I can't remember what he's saying now, but there's like a weird little voice that sort of interjects, just making weird. And it sounds a bit like Mario from the N64 Super Mario. But yeah, I like that. I like the sort of take it off.
Tropical.
Yeah.
Tropical sounds.
Picture of a coconut with a straw in it.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
But yeah, I like the sort of peer pressure-y, like take it off. You can imagine like someone dancing up on the speakers and like taking their t-shirt off and being silly.
Quite a pervy tune, really.
Not in
like
a
subtle perviness to the tune.
That kind of reminds me of I've got this edit of Controversy, you know, Prince Controversy.
Yeah.
Got an edit by Gay Marvin called
I wish we all were nude.
That's the one.
Just keeps going.
Yeah, there's the line in the original that says,
that.
"I wish we all were nude," and it's just that looped for ages. Just going, "I wish we all were nude," and like over the years playing together, I've played that quite a few times out. I don't really play it much anymore, but I played it quite a few times out, and I always sort of had this vision of like people,
everyone getting naked.
Exactly, yeah. And I played it once at one party, and this guy actually got naked, and he was just like running around naked on the dance floor, and it was great. I love a bit of nudity at a party. I think it makes it particularly fun. I think it means people are feeling free. Yeah, and also.
So we need to talk about this.
Yeah.
So. Slightly off topic, but I've just found this in the studio.
Well, it's kind of on topic, isn't it? But
well, yeah, it's a bit. And I don't know. You said to me that you made this. Right?
Yeah. I mean,
so for the listeners that are not viewing this, like I'm holding up one of those balloon dogs that
it's a pink balloon dog
that a clown might make. Actually,
yeah,
did you go to clown school?
I didn't go to clown school, no. But I do know how to make a sausage dog, yeah. And
where did you acquire these skills?
This kind of deflated a bit. Right,
let's got an interesting little snout. Oh,
no. Some of that in the mic. There we go.
So come on, spill the beans. But how did you learn to do this?
I actually can't remember, but I did learn to do it. It's maybe just like a
children's birthday
kids TV thing, like when I was younger. But it was just like, leave a bit of space in the balloon and then you can twist it, and so that's what I did.
But skills.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm glad you spotted that actually. Made it for you.
Did you bring it? Did you leave it in here on purpose? I hope he sees it. I hope he sees my balloon dog. Been waiting for someone to admire that.
I just like that it's pink, so it looks like a bunch of sausages. Yeah. That's what I thought would be funny about
Naked dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well.
Have you got something?
I've got my last record, yeah, and
this is the last one of the episode.
Last one for this month.
Right, yeah. Quickly then, before we do it, I just want to point out that my jumper matches a slip mat. And
check you out. You make balloon dogs and you're coordinated with your slip mats. Anything else?
That was totally unintentional. I did not plan that, but yeah, I quite like that.
If you're listening, he's wearing a load of Keith Haring clover.
Yeah, so it's on the slip mat as well.
Right.
So yeah,
So the last tune is by a friend. Actually, it's by Hatterman, Duncan Hatterman.
Oh, nice.
Can't remember what year it came out, but I've had this for some years, and I was just going through. 2017 came out on Troublemaker, and the other day I was just going through my records, pulled it out, played it, and I just really loved it. I loved it when it first came out, but I kind of forgot about it. And I was just listening to the lyrics, the sample that he's used in it.
Yeah.
And it's just a really nice message. I can't remember exactly what it says, but it's something about whatever makes you happy.
Yeah, nice.
Different strokes for different folks. Whatever makes you happy. Yeah. And it's kind of that on loop, and with a really chunky bass line. Nice little nice beat. But yeah,
Well,
This-
so it sounds like it's in tune with the Movers One sort of ethos.
It did make me think about that. That's why I thought I'd bring it along for this show.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, I think we'll outro on this one. So yeah, it's been Movers One, and we will be back next month.
Yes, hopefully earlier in the month, because this one's a little bit late.
It's been a bit chaotic.
Yeah, it's a busy time, but yeah, we'll be back in June, and we'll see you there.
Yeah, see you back here.
Make sure to, if you're watching on YouTube, to subscribe and
Give us a
tell a
little-
friend, give us a little comment,
Give us a like, give
interact.
us a thumb,
exactly.
comment, subscribe, share. All of those things really help.
Tell us if
to-
you can make balloon dogs yourself.
Yeah, any other skills that we should learn for this show.
Exactly. Right, great. Let's
All right,
listen to it.
So this is Hatterman Makes You.
Bye.